Welcome, comrades, to the Ministry of Woke Affairs, also known as your local HR department, your child's kindergarten, and apparently the fucking Pentagon. Today's sermon is titled DEI, Discriminate, Eliminate, Indoctrinate, or How to Get Fired for Being Good at Your Job. Let's not sugarcoat this like some gluten-free microaggression cupcake. DEI isn't about diversity, equity, and inclusion. No, that was the marketing campaign, the Trojan horse, the lube. What it actually delivers is a three-way gangbang of identity politics, ideological conformity, and bureaucratic masturbation. It's not progress. It's clown world with a BLM sticker and a dick pic from Karl Marx. And don't you dare question it. Don't even blink too hard at it, because the only thing more dangerous than white supremacy now is a spreadsheet with too many chads. Let's start with the sacred scripture. Equity is not equality. Translation: we rigged the game, and if you notice, you're racist. Equality meant equal opportunity, equal starting line. You run, you hustle. You get somewhere based on skill, effort, or at least sleeping with someone in upper management. But equity? Oh, that's different. Equity means we throw the race, break your kneecaps, and give your trophy to the guy who showed up 45 minutes late in a glitter cape with a TikTok about colonialism and the trauma of being misgendered by a Starbucks barista. Why did Steve get promoted? Because he's pansexual and once cried during a Zoom call about systemic office lighting. Meanwhile, Becky in finance has solved a $5 million tax issue and hasn't taken a lunch break since Obama was president. But no one gives a shit because she doesn't list her trauma pronouns on Slack. This is DEI logic. You're not a person, you're a checklist in high heels. Are you marginalized enough? No? Then sit down, shut up, and let Skylar, the new diversity officer with a degree in dance therapy and trauma from a bad Hinge date, explain how your existence is oppressive. Got too many white dudes in the boardroom? Boom. Cleanse it. Out with the straight, competent, and punctual. In with the sexually fluid, emotionally unstable, and strategically unqualified. Because in the DEI religion, hiring for talent is hate speech. Success without suffering is privilege, and asking someone to be on time is basically slavery. And let's not forget the high priests of this madness, the DEI officers, aka the hall monitors of late-stage capitalism. These people are like TSA agents for feelings. They don't build shit. They don't sell shit. They just exist to point at people and scream problematic like it's their safe word during BDSM improv night. Their job isn't inclusion, it's inquisition. Think the Spanish Inquisition with pastel PowerPoints and a minor in queer basket weaving. These are the folks who say things like lived experience is data and competence is an oppressive construct with a straight face, while wearing $300 trauma earrings made from recycled activist tears. But wait, it gets worse. Let's talk about the corporate gangbang between fear, PR, and moral masturbation. DEI isn't just a philosophy. It's a protection racket. Companies don't believe this shit. They fear it. They're not woke. They're hostage negotiators in a social media hostage crisis. One angry tweet from @pronounfury69, and suddenly Starbucks is handing out free hormone therapy with every latte. Why spend money on innovation when you can spend $40K on an anti-racism Zoom call where a consultant named Sage explains how the letter A is a microaggression? It's not progress. It's a corporate kink ritual where everyone's pretending to come while no one actually does any work. And then there's the sexual circus. Because you know DEI can't just stop at skin tone. It's got to deep throat your genitals too. We're proud to announce our new Director of Intersectional Engagement. Z identifies as a sapiosexual demi-boy with fluctuating aura energies and has bravely overcome the trauma of being misgendered by a Labrador retriever. Great. That's who's in charge of your hiring pipeline now. And God help you if you accidentally call someone he instead of intergalactic vulva being. You'll be in a struggle session so fast you won't even have time to zip your pants up. The training starts with check your privilege and ends with cry harder while apologizing to that ficus you just misgendered. DEI isn't about inclusion. It's about conformity. It's less we welcome all perspectives and more say this exact sentence or we'll set your LinkedIn on fire. Want to get ahead at work? Here's the real checklist. Cry on command list. At least 3 types of oppression in your Tinder bio. Attend weekly bias bingo. And get blackout drunk on virtue points. Do not, under any circumstances, display ambition, logic, independence, or, God forbid, a fucking opinion. And let's get real about who benefits. Spoiler, not the marginalized. D is a Ponzi scheme where the oppressed are window dressing, and the real winners are trust fund white liberals who cosplay as saviors between Whole Foods runs and polyamorous drum circles. It's corporate virtue washing, just like greenwashing but with more identity flags and fewer emissions. The only color DEI really cares about? Green, as in cold hard cash. And who's getting it? Consultants with six-figure contracts to teach that punctuality is white supremacy. Equity officers with job titles longer than their resumes. Grifters who couldn't manage a lemonade stand but now oversee transformational justice strategy teams at your kid's school. Let's not forget higher education, where this madness metastasized like ideological herpes. Once upon a time, colleges cared about critical thinking. Now they care about your trauma resume and whether you list your triggers alphabetically. SATs? Gone. GPAs? Oppressive. Academic standards? Replaced with slam poetry and racial affinity groups led by a tenured Marxist who hasn't taught a class since Obama's first term. Welcome to Diversity University. Our entrance requirement is emotional instability and a TikTok account. Our curriculum includes advanced whiteness studies, feminist origami, and how to cry on command during group projects. And don't worry if you fail. You can still graduate as long as you identify as something exotic enough to make the admissions office look diverse. So what is DEI really? It's not justice. It's pity porn for the privileged. It's not healing. It's emotional bondage disguised as virtue. It's not progress. It's a shit-stained participation trophy wrapped in an NPR tote bag. Real inclusion doesn't require identity police. It doesn't require quotas. And it sure as hell doesn't require you to apologize to your coworkers for being born with the wrong level of melanin or testicles. You want real equality? Burn the DI altar, shred the identity bingo cards, and say this: I don't give a damn what you are. I care what you can do. Because kings don't beg for access, and they sure as shit don't fill out their oppression paperwork in triplicate before daring to exist in public. So here's your heresy for the week. Be unfiltered. Be dangerous. Be meritocratic as fuck. And if they call you problematic, tell them you sexually identify as not giving a fuck. Now go forth, you irreverent bastards, and may your diversity training be short, your HR meetings canceled, and your value never measured in pronouns.